10 minutes gone past the 3 o'clock hour. Good afternoon to you listening to 92.3 Nigeria Info. I am Kala Dakaribatbo and this is Hard Facts. And as you already know, we start with the big stories making the round. And let's look at the big three stories. And I will start with... The first big story has got to do with the U.S. court in Chicago, or is it Illinois, asking the Chicago State University to release President Tinubu's academic documents. Yeah, that's the first big story. I hope you're ready for that. Now, a U.S. district court has granted the request filed by the PDP presidential candidate Atiku Abubakar. Remember, the presidential candidate of the PDP asked this U.S. court to mandate the Chicago State University to release the result of the president of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, saying that there are certain discrepancies that they need to ascertain, as it will help the situation in Nigeria, given that we held the elections earlier this year and the matter is in court. And according to what was argued, it may help Atiku's case at the Supreme Court. And now the Judge Jeffrey Gilbert, has given the ruling. He gave it yesterday, and he has ordered the university to produce all relevant and non-privileged documents of the president during his time at the school to Mr. Atiku. That's, Abubakar Atiku, within 2 days. All right. So I'm wondering, this matter is dragged on for so long, and now we've gotten to this point. Eventually, the educational documents, the results of the president will be released. All the back and the forth, all the arguments, the imbroglio, all of it will end in 2 days, hopefully. And I'm wondering, what do you think we're most likely going to see when the results are published? Because on social media, everybody's talking about it. Everybody has been talking about it for months. Everybody has been hammering on it for months. And then the question in my head is, what are people expecting to see? What are people expecting to see? But beyond that question in my head, what is your reaction to this? Do you think it's a welcome development? Do you, like me, think that finally we're going to get this one done with, and we're going to finally push conversations for development and leave all of these issues that are not necessarily solving the problems Nigeria is plagued and bedeviled with. But moving on now to my next big story. My next big story has got to do with the presidential candidates of both the PDP and Labour Party going to the Supreme Court to challenge the judgment. Of the Presidential Election Petition Court. Remember, the Presidential Election Petition Court earlier this month, gave a judgment that confirmed the declaration by INEC, Bola Ahmed Tinubu, as President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. And now they have gone, to file, and they're saying, this will not work. This will not work. First of all, you cannot describe Abuja as the 37th state. They also had other arguments. So Peter Obi filed 86 grounds of appeal at the Supreme Court to nullify the judgment, while The report does say that the presidential candidates of the People's Democratic Party and Labour Party, Atiku Abubakar and Peter Obi, filed 86 grounds of appeal at the Supreme Court. So they are looking at ensuring that Tinubu does not remain the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. But I really would like to get your thoughts on that. Now, Atiku filed 35 petitions against the presidency of Tinubu, while Obi filed 51 petitions, or when I say 51 grounds, to nullify the presidency yet again of Bola Ahmed Tinubu. Now, the major one, of course, is electronic transmission. Another major one is 25% FCT votes, and both candidates are declaring or are saying or are arguing that they won the election. So I don't know, fasten your seatbelt. It's going to be another interesting ride up until the expiration of the 60 days that is mandated for the Supreme Court to look into the issue. Let's see how this one goes. But what are your thoughts on this? What are your thoughts? I like to hear it. And let's get to the final big story. Really interesting, and because of this one, I had to rush the other two, and I captioned it: parents of public school students express frustration over fees. Parents of public school students express frustration over fees in Rivers State. I should have added that. In Rivers State. So if you're watching on Facebook, remember we're live there, Nigeria Info PH. We're also live on YouTube, Nigeria Info PH. We're active on X, Nigeria Info PH. If you're watching online, please do note that that big story is talking about public school in Rivers State, or public schools in Rivers State. Now, as seen in our in-house bulletin, where's it? I saw it not too long ago. Just give me a minute to look for it so I can read it out and All right, so parents of public school children in Rivers State are expressing their frustration over the financial burden they are facing before their children begin new classes this academic session. Some of them who spoke to correspondent Marta Okere said they are paying between 20,000 and 30,000 naira for items such as uniforms and notebooks. They described the money being paid as registration fee. Let's take a listen to what they had to say.
The SS2, I paid 30,000 naira. I don't know whether it's for logistics. They are supposed to be given uniform. For the junior secondary, we bought their books. But the senior one, they said they will give us.
I went to Government Girls Secondary School, Rumokuta, on Friday. And when I got in there, the lady said we were to pay 24,500. She said it's admission fee. And I said, what is contained in the admission fee? So she said it's school uniform.
The one in SS2, I paid 30,000. The one in GSS2, I paid 20,000. The one in GSS3, I paid 25,000. I
came yesterday to register my daughter. I couldn't register her because I was with 15,000. Meanwhile, they told me that it's 30,000, so I have to go back. This is a Okoronodo Roma Hall.
Now, reacting to this, the Chairman Parents Teachers Association (PTA) at Community Secondary School Okoronodu, Enia, Friday said a meeting was held in June where parents agreed to pay up to 30,000 naira for items including school uniforms, sweaters, berets, notebooks, sportswear, and labelware. They claimed that the money parents are paying for new students is not for registration or admission. Take a listen.
The resolution was that both school uniform, both labor wear, school shoe, and those things were itemized. This money they are paying is not for admission. They are buying all this, even up to a size book, shoes. They are giving them at the point of admission. If you cannot meet up, why not meet either principal or whoever to say, please, I cannot meet up. Did you go there and say, I will buy only school uniform? And they said you must finish buying the other ones. The answer is no. It's not by force. They are not charging 10 kobo for admission.
Now, you will recall that the Rivers State Commissioner for Education, Chinedu Umom, recently clarified that basic education in the state remains free, warning that no school has been authorized to collect registration fees. But I don't know. I would like some more clarification. Can they collect monies for school uniforms, label wares, berets, and the likes? Can they? Because if they can, then I don't think it's such a bad thing, because the school would have to run this operational cost. I mean, times are hard. Times are difficult. Diesel, I hear, is selling for somewhere around the region of 1,000 to a liter. So, I mean, the economy is in a dire strait. So, it's not a bad thing. But if the state government is saying that education in its entirety at the basic level, the primary and secondary school level, is free, then shouldn't we be clarified? I mean, school uniforms should be provided for the students as well. Sportswear should be provided for the students as well, right? I'm wondering, because some time ago, was it 2 years back, I went to a community secondary school in the urban area, in the capital, Falga. I'm not going to call the place. And trust me, in some of the classes at the time, I don't know if now, I'm just saying, I'm trying to give you my experience, at the time, did not have chairs. They did not have enough chairs. They did not even have enough classrooms for the number of students that he had. They had to do classes in batches. Yeah, they had to do classes in batches. And, the principal told me that, see, running the school was really difficult because, yes, the government was paying for WAEC and NECO fees and, maybe fees for other students. But how will they get pieces of paper, for instance, for examination questions? How will they get chalk to write on the blackboard? How will they get some other, materials needed for teaching and learning? So I'm wondering if this is the same situation that is now happening, where parents are now asked to pay a particular fee, not necessarily for registration or academic, issues, but for things like uniforms and for things like what do you call it now, berets and notebooks and sportswear, because the children would have to write on notebooks. They would have to have textbooks like we did for some of us when we are in primary and secondary schools, because that's how you ensure that they have a robust learning process. What do I know? However, a senior member of staff at Rumokuta Girls Secondary School told our correspondent that the only money students are authorized to pay is PTA levy of 1,500 naira. So which of these stories are we going to take home? Which of these stories? I'm wondering. But hey, I'd like to hear from you. This is Hard Facts, and we're looking at the fact before us, and we're supposed to arrive at a conclusion, so to say. Tautology, but permit me to use it. All right, 0817 923 0002. 0817-923-0003. Those are the ring numbers. Ring the studio right now and let's have a conversation. Or better still, you can do messages to the WhatsApp number 0809-030-6416. All right. Remember, we're live on Facebook. You can go there as well. Let's take the conversation online and talk for development. Nigerian for PH. You can watch me live. You can check whether I'm smiling or not, given the big stories that I've reeled out. You could also go on YouTube. We're live as well. Same handle, Nigerian for PH. You can, just react. Send a message on Twitter. You go on Twitter, or rather now X, called X now. You would also see a post there. Drop your messages and let's have a robust conversation. Remember, what we do here is talk for development. So whichever of the big headlines or the big stories that you structure your contribution in a way that it will enable development of our country. Because like I said, our country is in a dire strait. and we need to ensure that we all put our hands on deck and make it work and make it the envy of other nations. Okay, so I'm going to go to the phone line 0817 923 0002 and 0817 923 0003. Remember, there is a call screener. She's going to take your name, your location, and your contribution, and make it easy for you and I, to talk over the phone. Okay, I've got Ida from Inkoro. Ida, welcome. Let's have a conversation now. Hello?
I met somebody yesterday at Sumola.
Okay.
The same thing the woman told me that she paid up to 30,000. There's a school opposite, close to Polo Club.
Yeah, I know that school.
I asked her, did you know the principal? They don't collect the money from me. She said, yes. The state governor should do something fast. Some people are complaining that they are paying a lot of money in schools.
But Ida, you have to.
Uniform, everything is free.
Ida, you have to.
The woman,
all right, thank you very much.
They are collecting fees for people's hands. Things are very, very hard.
All right, thank you very much.
The governor should do something about it.
Okay.
God bless them.
All right, now the question should be: is the government paying for these, these items, these things? Is the government paying for it? Because it's one thing to declare free education and say, I will sort out the WAEC bill and I'll sort out the NECO bill and students should not pay for fees and all that. But what about uniforms? Or are the parents supposed to sew the uniforms from their home? Think about it from that angle as well. I've got Clinton from Bori. Clinton, greetings. Welcome. What's on your mind, please?
Good afternoon.
Yeah, good afternoon. Welcome.
Yeah, I kind of think that the government cannot say we have free education in River State. It's not possible.
Yeah, why do you say so?
I say so because of the number of schools we have in River State and as well as the number of students.
Yeah, true.
The government cannot completely provide for all of them.
Oh, yeah.
The government can say, come on media and say they provided for this school, but Canada, it's not true.
Okay.
Because I teach in a public school, and on numerous occasions, government have given instances that they provide materials, whiteboard markers, and the rest to. If you go there, there's nothing there. I teach in a school where the population is about 3,000.
Wow.
And Canada, how do we provide markers to teach these students? There are no seats in the classrooms for these students to sit on.
Can you tell me, is it in Bori? Are you talking about the school in Bori?
I'm telling you, I'm talking about a school in Bori.
Okay, all right.
So I'm saying that there is no way that the government can completely say that education is free. They can tell us that education is subsidized because they are not providing everything that we need in the schools.
Okay.
Then on Peter Obi and Atiku, I wish them well. I wish them well. I think they are just playing to the gallery.
All right.
Nothing for them.
All right. Thank you very much, John Clinton. Lumba from Atilari. Lumba, welcome.
I agree with you. What I want to talk about is the Supreme Court that Peter Obi and the Atiku Abubakar go.
Okay.
Canada, let me tell you something. It's a welcome development.
Okay.
Anybody who go that election that time and then now turn around and see what the judge in our appeal got, that person will try for the contract. Ask what type of contract are we running? Because me myself was a witness of what happened in that election that day. That election and what the judge did not reflect what people wanted.
But Lumba, we've argued this thing 1,000 times. Lumba, wait now.
We're not going to fight anybody. We're not quarreling.
Lumba, we're not quarreling. Listen to me. Lumba, listen to me now. Now, I need to correct a notion. Now, you took your matter to court does not mean that you had the right arguments. And we've had several lawyers come in and say it. Now, you had the right arguments does not mean you had the right pieces of evidence. So now these are the things that you need to investigate, and these are the things that you need to focus on, and that's why there is a Supreme Court.
I actually go a long way on what I'm saying. We also watching what's going on that day. When they wanted to televise the whole thing, everybody that way. The same court said no.
Okay.
And after they wanted the television and so to be played. When they want to do their wish. But come to think of the school own.
Quickly,
it's actually 25,000 they are collecting. They are collecting 25,000 naira. Not only one place. The normal price they are collecting for public school.
Okay.
Secondary school, those who want to enter secondary school.
Okay.
It's 25,000 or even more.
All right. Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Lumba. Moving on. Is it Ken from MOI? Welcome. What is on your mind, please?
Good afternoon, Canada.
Yeah.
I think was it yesterday or the day before yesterday, you spoke with the Commissioner of Education.
No, not me.
In your studio.
Okay, yeah. Ifemi Andrew. Yeah.
Okay. You see, we should have been know exactly what they say that they are taking care in the state schools, as they say that they are that they have given free education in the state. While the commissioner was mentioning the items or the things that are involved in their own care, he did not mention what this PTA chairman of that school was mentioning: barrette, uniform, and so on and so forth.
Okay.
He was only talking about their markers, their textbooks, and their chalks.
Okay.
So I would have advised the commissioner to set up a committee in each local government to be monitoring these activities in the rural area. They are only focusing on urban areas. Now, we heard about the Faga schools and the Obiapo schools. What of other local governments? Something uncalled for, something dangerous, something unacceptable is happening in the rural areas of the state.
And something like what?
One man or one woman or the parents will pay 20,000, 25,000, 30,000, and so on and so forth.
All right.
In this critical time. So they should set up a committee to effect these things if they see that they have given the state free education. Thank you very much.
All right, thank you very much, Isaac Ken. Walter from Rukpoku. Walter, greetings to you. Welcome on the show.
Hello, Canada.
Yes, hi, Walter. Good afternoon.
Yeah, good afternoon.
Yeah.
Canada, I want to say that there's no free education in River State.
Why did you say so?
It's either you take it or not. You see, like what people have been saying, go to primary or secondary school. Like somebody said, registration, even books. If we are talking of free education, you're supposed to come, feeding, books, notes, and everything.
All right.
Supposed to be free.
Okay.
What you're supposed to do for a while is just transport. There's no free education in River State.
Okay.
I stand to be corrected.
All right then.
Okay? Maybe you people stay in media and people will be calling. Go for investigation.
But
no free education.
Walter, did you hear the part where we went for an investigation? I mean, we're bringing you the report. You didn't bring the report.
Yes, right? I heard the commissioner said.
No, not what the commissioner
said. And then I heard the PTA for what secondary school. Is it where in Motobai or so? I heard him said. And the PTA said they agreed on what to pay. That is supposed to be there. If there's free education, at the PTA, are we supposed to pay anything in dime as far as education is concerned?
All right. I've got to let you go now, Walter. Thank you very much for your time. I've got Hector from Ogbogoro. Welcome.
Good afternoon, KB.
Yeah, greetings. Welcome.
I listened to the Commissioner of Education, one of your sisters. Yeah, he was working school at
Sorry. Your line is not clear enough. Can you hear me? Can you hear me, Hector? Hector, can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Can you start all over again? I couldn't hear you for a bit.
I was listening to the Commission of Education in the morning in one of your sister stations. He was warning the head of schools and principals from taking any form of money or kinds of money from parents. And he also advised the parents to make a report of any school that collect money from students.
All right.
But the commissioner failed to, indicate or announce to the public maybe a phone number by which the people may, call in and make their complaints. So now my question is, how will people make complaints to the commissioner when they find out that school principals have collecting money?
So maybe you can start by reporting to the newsroom of Nigeria Info, and then the newsroom of Nigeria Info will take it up and call the commissioner again and probably have an interview with him.
Okay. Now finally, U.S. court grant order to the Chicago University to release the documents.
All right.
The results to Atiku. But before this time, some days ago, it was in the news that the Chicago University has already confirmed that he graduated from the school.
And so, but that's what I've just explained. Now there are discrepancies on the document, the one that we've, that is in the public view. And all Atiku is asking for is release so we can ascertain and verify. All right. All right, then, Hector, thank you very much. I've got to let you go at this point. Let's go on Facebook and let's see what messages we've got there. And then we'll look at WhatsApp briefly and see what messages we have there as well. Alassane Danladi says, those questions are issues of the moment. Let's hear reaction. So, over to you who will call in now, yeah? Chile Edwin says, this is merely a waste of time, as Atiku and Peter Obi should stop distracting Nigerians because we have moved on with Tinubu and he will succeed. But Chile Edwin, if you can hear me, Atiku and Obi, they have a right to go to the Supreme Court to seek redress as they feel their rights have been trampled upon. The Actocree says, presidential poll, Abuja can't be the 37th state. Atiku Obi tells Supreme Court, I believe even in the Constitution, Abuja is not regarded to be among the 37 states, and I believe that is why Abuja does not have a governor, because the law does not recognize Abuja as a state. Some of these lawyers privileged to manage our justice system should know that there are things even the layman can be able to understand without lawyers' interpretation. They should not take the millions of Nigerians for granted because they are privileged to give judgment. The actor Chris, if you can still hear me, I would ask you to go read the part of the Constitution that talks about Abuja be treated like, emphasis on that, like, that's similar, similar to a state. And the governor will be the president. The House of Assembly will be the National Assembly, and it's written in that your constitution that you talk about. But I've got Alex SMJ Ouru Oyavu saying, good afternoon. Free education is free. The government, though, hasn't said they are no longer free. Neither did they say free is partial. The authorities know. The authorities know that what the commissioner said is true. That's why they are trying to put up some defense. The extortion is true, and until government come out plain and clear on this, these schools will keep doing that. Go to John Krama, where I am from. Primary and secondary school are dead, trying to recover from the flood situation last year. Now another is coming, and the schools will be closed. Here is why you find that both the government and the school authorities are all hands in gloves in the abandonment. Painful enough is that no primary school in John Krama is functioning. Some you can find only in the principal and headmaster or headmistresses, and no teacher. They are a bit supposed to be, I'm not getting this part. Are there supposed to be a monitoring system from the government? This is not enough to speak on radio. All right. Thank you very much for that one. Let's read some more messages before I go back to the phone lines. Okay, what's happening? I can't seem to access my... Okay, so Newton Ikura says, good day. U.S. court orders Chicago State University to release President Tinubu's academic documents. Chicago State University asked for 7 days, but Judge Jeffrey Gilbert wasn't. He said Justice Samani would have given them 48 months. Come on now. But I think that's why I'm going to stop reading that message. All right, thank you very much. I've got to move on. Thank you very much for your time, News in Ikire. But let's look at some messages on WhatsApp. The man of the people, greetings. It will be better you invite Commissioner of Education to clarify this issue of student paying school uniform and other charges from the principal. Thank God ability at Atiku. But he was on the morning crossfire yesterday, yeah? It was, and he said a lot of things, and he said education is free in River State. Good afternoon, Mr. Kalada. The principal and the Parent Teachers Association are in divide and rule business, okay? This one says, good afternoon, I am Mr. Ola. I have 2 sons at Okoronodu, Rumaolu. Honestly, I don't know where to start with respect to the exploitation going on in the school. To start with, at the end of the last term, students were told to pay 2,000 Naira to check the result online, as the money serves as the scratch card fee. I paid, and I was told that the result of the scratch card will be available by the 2nd week of August. Even now, no result, no scratch card. For record, there is nothing like notebooks at Okoronodu. They only give uniform. In fact, I bought white shirt for my son in SS2. I don't trust that PTA chairman. Mr. Ola, all right, thank you very much for your testimonial. This one says, good day, Mr. Kaladakoru Batibo. Atiku filed an appeal to Supreme Court. This is a step in the right direction. All hope is not lost, and it is not over until it's over. Owanate, Clinton West. I'm going to read one more, and then I'll go to the phone lines. The Ministry of Education is talking of free school when there is no structure for pupils and students to put their head. We have written to Zonal School Board and the local government to come to our aid. The primary and junior secondary, senior secondary school occupy a 2-room apartment in my village, Okoromini, in Outer East LGA. Now, the principal operates and staff operate from a place with no office for them. It is that part of the free education, or is that part of the free education? Let us be reasonable, please, as we get involved in politics and education. Thank you. Wagbegbe, ES, Concerned Indigent. All right, thank you very much. Let's move on now. Good afternoon. Free education in River State, how? If government pays examination and school fees, who provides written materials, school uniforms, and other utilities for children? So the Commissioner of Education wants the principal and teachers to use their salary or salaries to provide written materials for pupils in their schools. Please, no teacher and principal should be made scapegoat for government failed policy. From Igwe and Selam, Rumekini, Alu Road, Obiapo. All right, back to the phone line, 0817 923 0002 and 0817 923 0003. Ring the studio right now. I am Kaladako Rubatibo. I will take your calls, and let's talk for development, of course. But while I'm waiting for you to tell the call screener your name and your location, I'm going to read one more from Americana from Ogbakiri. It says, for me, I don't totally believe our president has fake credentials from Chicago University, but the way Atiku is pushing hard, it seems something is wrong somewhere. As for the school's PTA fees, it's an avenue to create choppings. During our time, we were allowed to quote and sew our uniform by ourselves. Americana from Igruta, from Ogbakri, I beg your pardon. Thank you very much for that one. But I've got OK from Igruta. Hello, OK, welcome. What's on your mind?
Good afternoon, Canada.
Yeah, good afternoon. Welcome. What's on your mind, please?
Thank you very much. You see, we are talking about free education, not only in River State, but for Nigeria. The way the government planting free education.
No. I don't know. I don't know about the education. No, okay. Pause now. I don't know about the rest of Nigeria, but I know about River State, right from the past administration and even the administration before that. We've been talking about free education.
My take on that is there's nothing like free education, because when government are talking about free education, why they are not coming inside and paying due things that need to be done when the school is about to resume. Teacher will not bring his money to to pay school, to bring a school uniform and the materials. When they come, there is no budget before they do. So when they never budget, so the parents we pay the necessary thing before the school. Now they will talk about free education while you don't do things when this is due to.
All right then. Thank you very much. I've got Agu from SAS Road. Agu, welcome.
You're welcome. Good day.
Yeah, greetings to you. Welcome on the show.
Yeah. Now, I was in a primary school by Rumunduru yesterday.
Okay.
I need to register my award.
I'm listening to you.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, loud and clear. I'm listening to you.
Okay. Now, they gave me what to pay. My award is going to what we call class 4. SS, whatever, there's over class 4.
Yeah.
The 4th year.
Yeah.
All through her first stage of secondary school, if she didn't get to school before 7 o'clock, she won't have a chair.
Wow.
A full class have 3 chairs. So it's first come, first serve.
A full class
when you
has how many chairs again? Let's put
three. 1, 2, 3.
Like you're talking about desk now, where 2-3 people
yes,
sit. Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
All right.
That school chair now, secondary school chair. You have a chair and a table, built together.
All right.
And each one takes 3 persons.
All right.
So out of a full class of well above 30, 40, 9 persons will only sit down. The rest can live their life anyhow.
All right.
That's a practical situation. So she needs to get to school before 7 for her to be part of this 9. Do you understand me now?
I understand you clearly.
Good.
Clearly.
There was a PTA meeting wherein the parents and guardians of the students agreed that each student will pay 4,500 to build a chair. Now, the PTA arranged for the carpenter or the person to make the chair. There were like 5 bidders, and we took the best of them. So for one of them, I think it's 13,000 or 14,000 per chair.
Yeah.
So one person to pay 4,500, so that 3 person will pay for one. Now, if government is lying to the masses that they provide chair, it's a lie.
I don't know. I don't know if they have categorically said they provide chairs, but they say free education.
If you run free education,
yeah.
When I was in school, I bought my school uniform in primary school.
Yeah.
In Wesley. Yes. But government provide chair and board. Okay, let me digress slightly.
Quickly, so
while I was talking with the principal yesterday, one of the school teachers, maybe it was school break, and then the break ended. He needed to summon the children back into the class. Are you aware that the school do not have a bell? They don't have it. So the master was not telling the principal, how do I go and start chasing these children inside the class? Principal said, what can she do now? Anyhow you can do it.
All right.
You don't have bell.
I have to go now. I'm sorry. I do.
Hold on.
Yeah,
what
quickly.
I'm saying is more important than whatever you want to say, because we are being deceived and education is going down.
Okay. All right.
A full school do not have a bell, and commissioner will come and wag nonsense in the name of a commissioner.
Let's not do it. Let's be civil. But I go. Thank you.
I've got to go. Let the commissioner here and bother me.
No.
I said she is lying.
Okay.
He or she is lying.
All right then. All right, we've heard you, Agu, but I've got to go. Other people are waiting on the line. I've got Zion from GRA. Zion, greetings to you. And
I hope you give me the maximum time for me waiting.
I don't know. I don't know what you're talking about, but what's on your mind? What is on your mind? I'd like to hear from you.
See, I will want to plead with you that you ask the commissioner to give us his phone number to call him.
Okay.
Because he said, go and report to my office. Your office, there's nobody to report. Nobody did not mention anybody.
But I've just given you a very easy pathway. Report to Nigeria Info's newsroom.
Yes, no, I'm coming there.
Okay.
I'm coming there.
Okay.
We will do that because I follow Woruku. Those from SS3. Sorry.
I know I'm laughing. Just go ahead. Go ahead. I might know what you want to talk about.
Now,
go ahead.
I want to go to the next SS1. They are asked to pay 35,000. Mention the name because I have somebody. I met the family yesterday, and they told me this is it. That's okay. Don't worry. Initially, I wanted to go to the school with them, but I found out today I'm on duty. Sir, free education does not ask the government to give your children school uniform and school books. I don't know what kind of society we are trying to build for ourselves. The responsibility for free education is the school fees and other charges that the school will want to demand for. School texts, parents, you are the one to provide it. In case the roof is leaking, PTA, why do you have PTA? Why are they paying levy for PTA? I want to ask, is PTA now an industry that will pay them levy? Are they government institutions? I thought the essence of PTA is Parents Association. To look at the welfare of the school. Sir, the government has tried. If truly they are giving free education is simply the school fees, pay the school management, and other taxes that may follow.
All right, then.
Anything outside that is not the school.
Zion, I'm out of time. I've got to go. I'm out of time. Thank you very much. Breaking news, Tribunal declares Nasiru of the APC as governor of Kano State, sacks Governor Abba Yusuf of Kano State. Interesting judgment there. Tribunal has sacked the governor Abba Yusuf of Kano State, and the APC candidate has been declared the winner of the governorship election that held sometime in March 2023. I've got Braid from Trasamadi. Braid, please quick to the point, straight to the point, so we can go for a commercial break, please.
Yeah, good afternoon, Mr. Batuo.
Yeah, good afternoon.
Yeah, for me, in Rivers State, we don't have free education.
Why do you say so?
Yeah, why am I saying that? We have free education when the former governor, Rotimi Chibika Amici, was a governor of Rivers State. But as of now, what we have is they are trying to subsidize. There is no free education. Free education means book will be given to you free. You won't pay school fees. There won't be any exam fee. Okay? Uniform, they will also give to you.
All right.
Because the major administration, even up to standard, school bag, they give to the students. That is what we call free education. They are trying to subsidize it. The Commissioner of Education has said it that they are not paying for school uniform. They are not paying for bags. They are not paying for books. So what is the school fee free education is all about? It is to subsidize the school fees. That is what it does there. So I don't think there is anything like a free education in Rivers State. But a place like Rivers State, there should have been free education in all around. So even for some tertiary, there should be. We have the resources. Rivers State is buoyant. Why are they doing this? I don't know. Please, the governor should see how we can make a rethink over this issue. So that parents shouldn't go much a trauma. Some don't have the job. Some that has the job, there is no promotion. Pensioners are not their
all right then. Thank you very much. I've got to let you go. I've got to let you go at this point. You've said all that you can say, I believe. But let's go to let's go back to the WhatsApp portal. And let's see, when Governor Amici was implemented the children with free textbooks, uniforms, sandals, bags, contract security men, and cleaners, among other academic incentives. Let this government come clean with our roadmap for free education, beautiful policies, and school edifices by Amici administration have collapsed. Something should be done. Victor from Egbema. This is Matthew Ebube from Ngeni. Schools are gradually going down in River State. Government is doing nothing to resuscitate them. No structure, no seats, no office for staff. What is government providing for these schools? What free education are they talking about? Go to Ikodi and Ngene. You will weep for the secondary school. You will see there. It was not even the government that built it, but then old men and women in the village. What an irony. Government should wake up, please. But please, if the commissioner is saying that everything is free except the children's uniform, the school management should please ask the parents to pay for 2 pairs of uniform, which may not cost more than 5,000 naira each. Sportswear can come later, please. Any head teacher requesting for 30,000 naira should be arrested by the parents and taken to the police station. Let the commissioner go and bail them there. Ibiba, fine man with that one. This one says, good day, Mr. Kalada. The principal can give us samples of the uniforms so that we can make them for our wards and children. But hey, now this is the problem. You know, they want it to be in uniformity, not the one where one person is wearing one shade of green, another person is wearing another shade of green, all not green, right? But different shades. And it's going to now look somehow when they are, standing at the assembly ground. Think about it from that angle. This one says, good afternoon, Canada. For me, education in River State shouldn't be totally free. The parents of the students should pay little amounts of money for the infrastructural development of these schools, and a committee should be set up to monitor the use of these funds for the well-being of the students and teachers so as to reduce dependency on government. Successful judge chatting from Common. Now, it's almost the top of the hour. It's almost time for the business news. Business news will always come at the top of the hour, the 4 o'clock hour. But this is what I want to say. I think I can dare say my mind in this one. Can I? Am I permitted? I always come here and say I'm neutral and all of... so many messages, but can I please say my mind? Can I please say my mind? And this is what my mind is saying to me. The rest of the world, primary and secondary school, or is it basic, is it, what would they call it now? Basic school? The rest of the world, they are developing at a fast pace. All computerized. They're talking artificial intelligence. Their young minds are doing great things. And guess what? In Nigeria, we're still... Oh, okay. Okay, it's not enough. Let's not take it to all of Nigeria. But in River State, we're still arguing whether there is a roof over the structure, that's the classroom structure, whether there is chalk or is it marker now in the classroom, whether they should pay for uniforms or not, whether they should pay for chairs or not, whether education is free. That's what we are arguing in 2023 when the world is going at a really fast pace. Goodness me. We need to think out of the box, really. We need to think out of the box. Education, they say, and I'm quoting them, they say it's the bedrock of a society. So I'm hoping that with how low Nigeria has fallen, inflation over 25%, naira to the dollar 950 naira. I've got to go. It's time for the business. I could talk on and on about this, but some other time. Good afternoon.